Fucking funny. One more time for Luke Newman, everyone. All right, we're down to your last two comics. Your next comic, a good buddy of mine, a friend of the room. We love him. You'll love him. Start clapping out for Evan Hall, everybody.
Come on, clap for Joe. Get loud for Joe. That's not loud enough for Joe. How are we? Are we having fun on a Wednesday? That was lame as hell. Are we having fun on a Wednesday, you guys? See, I knew you had it in you. Very good. Who's drinking on a Wednesday night? Who's drinking? Hell yeah, that's very Chicago of you. Very good. Is anyone drinking and driving after this? I heard a couple woos. Thank you for the honesty, you guys. It's all right. It's legal in Chicago on Wednesdays. It's totally okay, right? There's a legal limit for a reason, right? It's .08. You can have a couple drinks and then drive your car. My issue with the legal limit being .08 is that drinking and driving is only fun at like .09. You know, that's the sweet spot right there. Like where you're good to drive, but you do kind of feel like Willy Wonka sailing the boat down the chocolate river, you know? You know what I'm talking about, right? Where you're like, I know we're gonna get there okay, but none of my passengers do. You know, that's the fun stuff right there. I sometimes think if I've been drinking and I have to drive, I'm better off with like 3 or 4 in me than just one. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Don't clap for that, please. Stay away from her on the roads later, you guys. Please be safe. But like 1 beer, I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I gotta go home, you know? But 3 beers, that's where I get in the car and I'm just like, you're goddamn right, I'm an American, you know? Like drinking and driving just immediately turns me full-blown Republican, you guys. I get in the car and I'm like, oh, I can't drink and drive? I bought these roads, all right? I pay these streets salary with my hard-earned American dollars that I make it my work-from-home sales job, all right? It's good. I'm joking. You should not drink and drive. We all agree you should not. Yes, you should not drink but we've all towed the line like a little bit, right? You know, where you're like you've been drinking and you're good to drive and you make it home and you're not necessarily surprised you made it home, but you do kind of look around and you're like, looks like I win again, you know? You're like, cop 0, me 47. It's scoreboard. All right, we're having fun. You guys are bad. This is good. Let's see. I'm a Jewish guy. Any Jews in the crowd? All right, pretty good turnout from the chosen folks tonight. That's good. I'm actually not Jewish. Get them, you guys. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. I am Jew. This is the funniest thing that the Jews do. I think this is so funny. It's that we circumcise our boys, but then we make them wear yarmulkes. You know, because it's like, are we doing hats or not, you guys? Like, that's the stupidest joke I've ever written. First one he laughed at, just so you guys know where the intellect in the room is. I was thinking about this, though, with everything that's been going on in the Middle East, right? I think the true irony of the whole situation is that Palestine sounds like a great Jewish last name. Couple of you, right? Just like, how you've reached Isaac Palestine, attorney at law, right? They're not all bad takes. We can just have fun sometimes, you guys. It would make sense to you if you had any Jewish friends. Okay, very good. I will say anti-Semitism's been on the rise. That's bad. Obviously, that's bad, right? But as a Jew, I was looking at it, and anti-Semitism is definitely, in my opinion, the funniest form of racism, right? Because it's the only one where all the things that they say are, like, kind of whimsical. You know what I mean? Like, I saw a tweet that said that Jews were shapeshifters, that we could change form. And I was like, if Jews are shapeshifters, how come most of us are 5'7", you know? It's like, oh, we can be anything we want and none of us are good at sports? Okay. You know, something doesn't smell right to this Jew, you know? All right. That was a new one and it did okay. It was a little tense for a minute there, but that was cool. Let's see, I'm not a tough guy. I'm kind of a pussy. That is what it is. Over the holidays, I was with my family, and my dad and I, we were drinking, and we started wrestling. 'Cause that's what dudes do when we get drunk, right? It's the weirdest thing. I don't ever expect it to happen, but then like 6.5 Coors Lights later, I'm like, come here, old man! You know, just Let's fuck up your other hip, you know? It's fun. And I didn't want to hurt him. He's 61. I was like, I don't want to hurt this guy, right? But like 10 seconds into this fight, I realize I'm in way over my head, all right? I'm like, old dog still got a gnarly bark on him, all right? And that's when I started thinking about it. I realized that the true test of being tough, if you're a man, is whether or not you can win in a fight with your own father, all right? Because your dad is the only person in the world who is 100% not scared of you, you know? Your dad is the only person who knows all your weaknesses and is not afraid to exploit those, all right? Like, I didn't want to hurt my dad, but quickly I realized I'm fighting the only person who watched every touchdown pass I ever dropped, you know? Like, anyone can win in a bar fight. Can you win against a guy who's going, some dads get a Heisman, I got a little bitch, you know? It's disappointment's a strong motivator is all I'm saying. I think, like, I was thinking about it, right, though, and I was like, dads are just naturally, like, they're all tougher than us, just no matter what. Across the board, your dad is tougher than you, right? Because he's just been, like, drunk and agitated for, like, 30 years by you. And then I was thinking about, I was like, why don't we recruit our fathers to the military, you know? Like, why are we sending our wayward youth to fight our wars? We should just get all of our dads together and fucking throw them a rifle and be like, the Taliban is fucking up the Wi-Fi, all right? Like, it's... Fallujah would be rubble in a week, you guys. That's all I'm saying. I think as men, as dudes, like, we're, like, conditioned from a young age to, like, romanticize war, right? It's like play video games and play toy soldiers. You know, it's like, and most men think that they would be a good soldier. I personally believe that I would be the first one shot in the face. That's what I think. I think I'd be casualty number one of the war. It would not be cool either. It'd be like if they sent me out at D-Day, I'd be like peering over the side of the boat, just like, ooh, I've never been to France before, you know? Just bop right in the head. They'd have to write to my mother like, your son was killed in action. Well, he was almost killed in action, you know? He was killed and then action ensued shortly thereafter, you know? That's good. I don't know. I think you should be tough. I think you should try to be tough. That's what I think. Because the world is a weird place now, right? Especially like today. And especially because like no matter what you think, we all kind of believe that society's probably going to collapse soon, right? Everyone kind of feels, everyone looked down when I said that, so it didn't bode well. And I'm not today tough. I'm not apocalypse tough by any means, all right? So my doomsday prepping has just been changing my standards in women, right? Because like I'm gonna need to meet a girl who can pick up the slack for me in the end times, you know? Like I used to want like a kind girl with a nice smile, and now I'm like I need a burly bitch with sword skills, all right? I need a woman who's gonna wear me around like a backpack. I can fight marauders till the end of time, you know? Like, I'll raise our offspring. I'll learn to breastfeed, all right? It's okay. Doesn't seem hard. I don't know. You guys are sickos. You loved that one, you freaks. Very good. This is just a side note, but if there is, like, an apocalypse, right, if the nukes go off, I want to die in the nuke. I want to die, because I don't have any, like, survival skills, you know? And it would be, do you know how embarrassing it would be to survive a nuke and then die immediately because I couldn't catch a squirrel, you know? I'd die so I'd go to heaven, God would be like, we're running sprints, we're going to send you back, all right? Don't be a bitch this time. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Can I tell you guys something personal? Hell yeah. So, yeah, I went to the doctor earlier this week. I ended up having to get a prostate exam. Yeah. Here's the thing, fellas. Prostate exam, not that bad. Honestly, the worst part is knowing that I'm never going to come like that again. You know, that's the crazy thing. Like, they tell you the exam's going to be uncomfortable. They don't tell you that you fall in love with the doctor, all right? He was like, you're going to feel some pressure. I was like, yeah, to put a ring on it, maybe, you know? Love comes in mysterious ways. I come when there's a finger in my ass. That's what we learned at the doctor. I think I might have killed her, you guys. That's very good. No, I love you. Very good. The thing about about a prostate exam that I like is that it's the only time where you can learn if you're into something sexually, but in like a professional way, you know? Like if you want to try choking with your partner, you can't call the doctor and be like, we got to run some tests, you know? But if you want to know if the butthole is your spot, you just got to call and be like, hey, I am peeing weird. And then worst case, you got cancer. Best case, new hobby, you know? I think that's nice. I also want it to be known that this couple hasn't looked at each other for this whole joke. So that's... Are you together? Great, then there's no stakes. Go home and learn something about each other, all right? That's... I don't... Even better, once again, no stakes. Do your research on him. That's all I'm saying. All right, Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry I assumed you were straight in that quarter zip. Thank you. The other thing about a prostate, we're still talking about this, by the way, is that a prostate exam is the only thing that dudes have to complain about, right? As far as going to the doctor. Like, we all know that it's worse for women, but we're babies about it. Like, I got a prostate exam. I went home to my girlfriend and I was like, he put his finger into my ass. And then she came home from the gynecologist and she was like, I got fisted by R2D2, all right? All right, you guys have been lovely. Give it up for Joe, everyone. Come on.
Evan Hall, everybody. You guys just witnessed history. That was the first time a straight guy made fun of a gay guy's clothes. That's like, you know, like the channel E. I think that's like 90% of the shows. What's your name? Brian, give it up for Brian, everyone.